You're not to go upstairs, Miss Margaret.
Oh, why not?
Dr. Donaldson's up there with your mamma. He's given her a thorough examination this time.
Does he say what it is?
She's poorly at the moment, but she'll get better directly, so you're not to worry, miss.
Ah. Dr. Donaldson.
Yes. Thank you.
May I trouble you to come into the sitting room?
Yes, certainly.
You may go, Dixon.
Very well, miss.
What is the matter with Mamma?
Well, her mother has expressly asked me not to tell you.
Please tell me, Doctor. As her daughter, I ought to know. Are my suspicions correct? Tell me the truth.
Well, the latest discoveries of medical science have given us great powers of alleviation.
But no cure.
No certain cure, no.
No cure. My father, ought he to be told?
Well, it's difficult to give advice, but since you ask me, I'd say do nothing precipitate. My visits are themselves were deep in his concern, so make him all the better able to face the inevitable. Yes, allow him to find out in his own good time, and then comfort him.
Will there be much suffering?
That we cannot tell. It depends on her constitution. I shall do my best to provide her with all the relief possible.
Thank you. Good day, Doctor.
Good day, Miss Hale.
May I, Mamma?
Yes, of course, child.
I thought I would bring my work up here. Company for you.
That's very kind of you, Margaret. What are you making?
It's a new collar. Do you like it?
It's very pretty.
Mamma. Oh, Mamma, let me be your nurse.
Oh, no, Margaret. That's Dixon's job.
Please, let me try at any rate.
You don't know what you're asking.
Oh, yes, I do.
You've not been seeing Dr. Donaldson. Oh, surely he wouldn't break his promise to me.
Yes, Mamma, he did, but don't blame him. I made him tell me.
That was very wrong of you, Margaret. I didn't want you to know.
Oh, but I'm glad that I know, Mamma. Well, now I can help look after you.
Dixon and I thought you would shrink from me if you knew.
Oh, could she? How dare she think I don't love you enough to want to take care of you?
You mustn't hate her.
I'm sorry, Mamma. I will try to be humble and learn her ways. If you will only let me be in the first place. I so long for that. While I was away in London, I used to be afraid that you would forget me. I'd cry myself to sleep at nights imagining it.
And I used to think, how will Margaret ever bear Helston after the luxury of Harley Street?
And all the time I pined for Helston and its simple ways.
When I was at Helston, I was forever wanting to leave it. Now I shall die far away from it.
Mamma, you must not talk like that. We will have you back at Helston yet.
We'll see.
I've taken the liberty of making you a fresh lemon drink, ma'am.
Thank you, Dixon.
Why, bless her. She's as sweet as a nut. Ma'am?
Yes, Dixon. She knows.
You said, Snick, on Wednesday se'nnight, afore a fortnight was up, we'd have the masters down on their knees a-begging for us to come back. Well, where am them?
We're winning. I mustn't fret. Patience, John, patience.
Well, what use is cowing patience? I got a missus at death's door.
Don't stand dawdling, miss. Come on in. This is Mr. Boucher, neighbour.
Morning, Mr. Boucher.
Morning.
Bessie, how are you?
I'm telling you, Nick, my missus is sinking away. It's pitiful to see her.
You're drawing your 5 shillings of union money, ain't you, John?
Oh, 5 shillings a week may be good enough for thee, but 2 mouths to fill. I got 6 childer, 6 on her.
It's hard for you, John, but you must hold on.
I'll be damned to you. Be damned to the whole sowing world, masters and unions. To hell with you!
Women, John. Women. Take Bessie a stroll, will you, Margaret?
Come along, Bessie.
Howd up, man. I shall not claim. What's mine's thine if thou do want. Here, take it. Here. As soon as you get your 5%, pay me back.
We'll never get that 5%, you must know that.
And we fall, all on us. As you've witnessed, John, starvation's a cruel agony, so let death come at a gallop. If we'm doomed, I ne'er want these paltry coins here, take it. And I hope they might bide you and yours to the victory.
If I takes this money, I'm one of you, got it? I'm a proud man, Nick. And I'll out-union you. You'll see if I don't.
Take it.
Well, I think we've come to the end of our lesson for tonight, Mr. Thornton.
Aye, we've done a good stretch.
What a work, Mr. Thornton, is the Iliad. What a work. The heroes standing or falling by their own personal courage. Faithful and determined.
Listen to all of us. Especially at a time like this. Oh, by the way, Mr. Hale, I've been intending to mention it.
Oh, what is that, Mr. Thornton?
I'm giving a dinner party next week. I would be very happy to invite you and Mrs. Hale.
Oh, very kind of you, sir. Margaret, Mr. Thornton is inviting your mother and me to dine with him.
It's next Thursday. The other guests will be the principal manufacturers in the town.
Oh, but won't we be a little out of place?
Not at all. They'll be delighted to meet you. They're all very keenly interested in education.
Oh, it is kind of you, Mr. Thornton, to say that by meeting your friends, my father might find pupils.
It's very likely. I don't know about your part of the world, but in this, much can be achieved over a good meal.
Mr. Thornton, I'm afraid that my mother may not be well enough to attend.
She is a little poorly at the moment, but I'm sure that the notion of going out to dine will put fresh heart into her.
I'm sorry to hear that Mrs. Hale is unwell. If she cannot attend, then I fully understand. Might I make a suggestion? Miss Hale, would you grace my table by accompanying your father yourself, whether Mrs. Hale can come or not?
I attend?
Yes.
Mr. Thornton, I appreciate your kindness and your courtesy, but you put me in something of a predicament.
What is that, Margaret?
Well, you know my feelings towards the strike, Papa. I found friends among the poorer people, and I've seen the hardships they're suffering.
Miss Hale, I admire your scruples, but they are unwarranted.
Unwarranted?
If you've seen suffering among your friends, they brought it on themselves. I didn't start this strike.
They are only demanding a just wage.
What is a just wage? 10 shillings a week? 10 pounds? 100? What is a just wage?
I don't know. All I know is that they want a better life.
So do we all. But what we've got is here and now, and it's governed by strict economic principles. A delicate balance between cost of labor, market, consumption, and supply.
I do not understand the details of trade, Mr. Thornton.
Then it's a pity. And it's a pity the workers don't take the trouble to find out either. If wages keep on going up and up, your gold sovereign won't be worth a brass farthing. You can't just put wages up like that, and the fools who think they can. I'm sorry, I spoke hastily, and I fear rudely. You see, Mr. Hale, for all of your lessons, I'm still a coarse manufacturer. Yeah. Miss Hale, I hope you will forgive me.
Certainly.
Jane, would you go and ask Miss Fanny to stop that noise?
Yes, ma'am.
Interrupt my practicing.
I can't stand your row, so you'll stop it.
I'll what?
We'll have no more piano.
This is the first time, the very first time in my life I have been able to practice without all the din of the works out
give my right arm to have it back.
What?
The machinery back. There's your music. It's the only music I want.
You've no culture, Mother. You know that. For all your mother of pearl inlay, you'll stay common till your last breath.
Well, I'd rather be common than go soft like my children. You and your brother make a fine pair.
It's because we've got accomplishments, isn't it? Well, you can't get far in this world without accomplishments, and my fingering's one of them. Walter says I've got perfect fingering.
Then you take your opportunity and marry him.
Mother!
If I know Slickson's son, he's out for our money. Well, we've got a good chance of ending up as paupers. So you make sure of him while you can.
It's enough to bring on one of my swooning fits. I'm delicate.
Well, I've just seen Hamper. He wants to come to terms with him. Give him a 2% increase.
Well?
I've told him it can't. It'll be suicide. He's got to wait until the Irish workers arrive.
When do they arrive?
The engine in Dublin won't give me a specific date.
Oh, I pray to God it's soon. Now, just you hammer it into those mill owners at dinner on Thursday. Irish workers are the only answer.
Mother, can I wear my blue silk dress?
Eh?
At the dinner on Thursday.
Oh, for goodness sake, girl, wear what you like.
Thank you.
By the way, Mother, I've invited the Hales.
Oh, I see. Fanny, would you like me to invite your dancing master and his wife to attend as well?
Mother, there is a marked difference between Mr. Hale and a dancing master.
Is there? How you can bother about some teacher of Greek at a time like this?
It's an indulgence, Mother. I sweat enough. I think I deserve it.
You'll have to go, Margaret. Your father cannot attend alone, and I cannot manage it, I'm afraid.
I know, Mamma, I know.
Thank you, Dixon. What dress will you wear?
I've not thought about it.
You've had no new dresses this season, have you, child? But there is the dress you wore for Edith's wedding.
Yes.
Dixon, go and find it for me, will you?
Here, Mum.
What's wrong, Margaret? Can't you tell me what it is?
There are people in the town starving. And yet here am I to go to some sumptuous meal.
Well, you're doing it because of your father.
I'm so lost, Mamma. So lost.
It'll need some airing. Get the smell of lavender out. It's a bit overpowering, but we didn't want any moths, did we, Ma?
Hold it up against you, Margaret. Let me see.
She'll be a picture, won't she, ma'am?
Yes, Margaret. You'll do.
Oh, you're really going to dine at Thornton's? At Marlborough Mills? Yes, Bessie.
But their visit with all the first folk in Milton.
Do you think we're not good enough to go?
Well, you see, they're thinking a deal of money there. And I reckon you not gotten much.
No, that's very true. But it is not the first grand dinner I've been to, Bessie.
So what'll you wear, miss?
Pink silk. A gown I had for my cousin's wedding a year ago. It is my very best.
That'll do. I shall be loath to have you looked down on.
Bessie, dear, you are so kind with worrying about what I shall look like at the dinner. I feel so wicked and guilty about going there at all.
Oh, no, miss, you mustn't say that. There's some's meant to toil and moil all their lives. Others to go to sumptuous feasts. Maybe you're one of them. I wish I could see you. All dressed up, miss.
Oh, I'm so sorry your son's not yet here, Mrs. Thornton.
It's the old story, Mr. Slickson. Business interfering with pleasure. But he'll be here directly.
I look forward to that. Let's join the list.
Mrs. Thornton, I must compliment you on your house. It is most gracious. Though I wonder if perhaps the closeness of the mill doesn't make it a little unpleasant at times.
Never. There's not another factory like it in Milton. Do you know, one of the rooms is 220 square yards.
Is that a fact?
Well, I enjoy listening to good music. but I don't play well myself. We sold our old piano when we came to live up here.
I wonder how you can exist without one.
You have good concerts here, I believe.
Oh, yes. Delicious, but too crowded. Oh, the directors let all kinds of people in quite indiscriminately, but one is sure to hear the newest of music there. I always have a large order to give to Johnson's the day after a concert.
Hey, Thornton! We thought you'd never get here.
Mrs. Slickson, yes. Forgive me, I got involved with some people, couldn't get away.
Well, you'd best get yourself a drink. I'm two up and you're ready.
I will, thank you. Come now, Mrs. Slickson. Not all Londoners are like that.
Oh, I'm telling you, they're all rogues and knaves in London. They couldn't survive a day without us, you know. Agents and middlemen, spongers, the riff-raff of creation. That's your London. Am I right, monsieur?
Well,
I'm right.
There is refinement in London, Mr. Slickson.
Refinement can be bought like anything else. Now, you take that fellow who comes up here to play the piano at our gentlemen's smoking concerts. What's his name?
Frank Halley.
Ah, that's right, Alley.
you have Frank Halley up here.
Oh, I once or twice come to winter.
When there's the Halley recital in London, everyone simply flocks.
That's what I'm saying. We've got the money and he knows it. So if he comes like magic giving us a tune or two, he knows where the brass is, Sally.
Well, ladies, shall we withdraw? My son has a serious matter to discuss.
Oh, not so serious, Mrs. Thornton. It'd be an insult to your tape.
Thank you, Mr. Slickson. This way, ladies.
Now the world takes on a rosier hue once you've got a nicely lined gut.
Very true.
Well, sit down. Yes. Oh, thank you. Hey, Thornton. Why the coffee pot face all of a sudden?
A matter I didn't want to broach before dinner, lest the meal should be spoilt by apprehension. The Irish landed this morning. They've been on the march all day.
Bring them in for this trouble, quicker. Right. Come on, move. In. Come on. Come on. Line yourself up against the wall. No need to trust yourselves. We're not cowing heathens here. Load of Irish papist rebels. Come on, get yourselves inside. Keep them moving. Come on, in here. Line up against the wall, all of you. Get in before there's any trouble. Come on, keep moving.
But if there is anything we can do to help your mamma get well, you must be sure to tell us.
Thank you.
I've got a Dr. Goodman's electric coil. You hold the handles, and tingles go right up your arms. I have it for toning myself when I am run down.
Oh.
Then I have got a patent beef tea extractor. Well, it is best to take your nourishment fresh rather than out of a bottle. I know what she would like. My India rubber waterbed.
Waterbed?
Yes, it's a new kind of invalid mattress just come on the market. You fill it with warm water and it's ever so comforting.
Thank you.
Where is Mamma going? She ought to be mixing. Oh, excuse her manners. Mrs. Meek, Miss Weck, did you get that?
Come on, get in there. The sooner you're in, the sooner you'll get some sooner. Get over there.
Irish.
Out there in the yard?
Aye.
Oh, well, come on. Let's have an eyeful. Excuse us, ladies. There you are. Sight for sore eyes, isn't it?
Mr. Thornton, who are they?
Irish workers.
So you've carried out your plans?
Yes. I had no alternative.
Irish?
In the mill yard, I tell you.
He's taking an Irish, you say?
Let him cowie now.
Now then, John, take it calm.
Calm?
Aye. Committee thought it might come to this.
What are you going to do? What's your plans, Nick? Burn down their cowing factories?
Calm, I told you, John, calm.
Oh, what's the next step?
We decided to hold together through thick and thin.
You're bloody right.
But there's to be no going against the law of the land. We've got right on our side. We don't want to mix up right with wrong.
Not do nothing?
No violence. That's what we decided. No violence, come what may.
Now, look here. I've got starving children. A week ago, I was going to ask for my job back, only you said stand firm. Trust the union, they'll see you through. You didn't tell me I was signing my death warrant.
It were a majority decision.
How you majority decision? My babs are starving! What about you? Are you going to be like him, play the gentle martyr? Or are you a man with valiant about you? I don't know. Well, make up your bloody mind. Die fighting, that's what I say. Die fighting!
Master. Oh, Miss Margaret, thank God you're back.
What?
Dr. Donaldson's here. She's over the worst of it, but I thought she was dying.
Dying?
Ah, Mr. Hale.
What has happened to my wife?
Oh, she's calmer now. The opiate is taking effect. The spasms are very bad. No wonder they frightened your maid here.
Spasms? What is wrong with her?
Oh, she'll rally this time.
This time? What are you saying? How ill is she?
She's very ill, I'm afraid, sir.
Margaret, did you know about this? You kept it from me. That was cruel of you.
Yeah, no, sir. It wasn't cruel. Miss Hale was acting under my direction.
Right. My wife. My dear wife. My dear wife.
Your mother will spend much of her time in bed from now on, I'm afraid. Have you an invalid mattress?
No. But we've been offered one.
Can you get it tomorrow?
Yes, I will call for it.
Good.
Thank you for all that you've done, Doctor.
Good night, Miss Hale.
Good night, Dr. Donaldson.
We're tyrannised by the masters, betrayed by the union. We're on our own.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's set fire to the mills.
No, Carter, not that.
Well, what do we do?
What do we do then, Boucher? What do we do? On your way home, you calls on your neighbours. And through the night, their neighbours call on theirs, till all the town knows. We all meets before Thornton's gates at 9 in the morning. Not a minute before. Up until then, we stays indoors. Let the magistrates think we're more taking it lying down. About 9 o'clock, quietly through the streets in ones and twos, like as if going to chapel, we arrives at Thornton's. And then, God help him.
Good morning.
Oh, it's you, Miss Hale.
Yes.
Anybody with you?
No?
You sure?
Yes, of course.
Half a mo. You best come in quickly.
Thank you, Williams.
It's quiet, isn't it?
Yes.
It's too quiet.
The streets are deserted.
Ah, the devil's at work somewhere.
Miss Hale.
What does she want, I wonder?
Perhaps she's trying to make friends. The Hales were the first to leave last night. I think it's because she had a quarrel with John.
Madam, it's Miss Margaret Hale.
Show her in, Jane.
Thank you.
Good morning, Miss Hale.
Good morning, Mrs. Thornton. Good morning, Miss Thornton. I know I am intruding at what must be a most worrying
If you
time
want to see
for
my
you,
son, you can't. He's in the mill. He's busy with the Irish.
No, it is Miss Thornton I want to speak to.
Me?
Well, you said last night you had an invalid mattress. Well, I'm afraid my mother has taken a turn for the worse, so we should be most grateful if we could borrow it.
So I'm sure we can arrange that, Miss Hale.
Thank you.
What's that? What's that noise? The gates. Fanny, fetch John. Fetch him from the mill. They'll batter them down.
No, he's safer where he is, Mama.
Ah, perhaps he is.
Up with the working man! Freedom forever! Be ready! Now, away with it, lads! Come on, lads!
Williams! Williams!
You want to be, sir?
Down the back in a Pinner Lane. Do as we planned.
Soldier, sir?
Aye.
What is Mr. Thornton doing?
He's keeping them from the Irish till the military arrive.
Hold it, Thornton! Hold it, Thornton! We want 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 Thornton!
Thank God he's come in.
But they'll attack the house, Mama.
Aye. If the military don't arrive in time.
We want Thornton! We want Thornton! We want Thornton! We want Thornton!
Send for the military. Miss Hale.
I'll bring them to reason, all right.
Yes, I will.
What kind of reason?
The only reason wild beasts ever understand.
Peace! The mill, brothers! The mill! Let's do for the cowing Irish!
Return to the mill.
Fanny, come away from that window.
Get me a toolbar! Fight with anything! We'll have this down!
Mr. Thornton, go down this instant.
Go down? Are you mad?
Well, if you are not a coward, Mr. Thornton.
Don't listen to her, John.
Go and speak to your workmen as if they were human beings. But don't let the soldiers cut them down. They are poor, suffering men, driven mad. Well, if you have any courage, go down and speak to them man to man.
John!
Mr. Thornton! Mr. Thornton! Mr. Thornton,
Don't have to bar the door behind me. My mother and sister will need that protection. You too, Miss Hale.
Hey, Luke! It's Fulton!
Come on, we'll have him, lads.
Quiet! Hold it, everybody! Hold it!
Gentlemen!
Don't gentlemen us!
You've done wise. You've done wise, Mr. Thornton, to give yourself up. We wouldn't have wanted to harm your family, but harm them we would have done if they stood in our way. You've been put on trial, Mr. Thornton, and you've been found guilty on all points. You wouldn't expect us to show you any mercy, would you? Because you won't get none.
His sister, is it?
Get back inside. They're desperate. No, please.
I appeal to you. I appeal to you. Use no violence. Your cause cannot be won by violence. You have grievances, I know, and they shall be answered.
Dare she speak on our behalf?
Go to your homes now. The soldiers are sent for, they're coming. Do not let this end in slaughter. For your own sakes, and for the sake of those dear to you, go to your homes. Peacefully.
Hey, what about the Irish?
Shut up! Hey, tell them you packed up back home again. Let him tell us so.
I shall do nothing under threats. Let that be clear to all of you. My actions are my own!
He won't even listen to us! His eyes are shut, his ears are closed! Well, we'll cow in well open them for him, shall we? What are they waiting for?
Who's it?
It's nothing, I'm all right.
You do well. A woman comes among you, pleads with you for your own sakes to see reason, and this is how you treat her. You do well.
It wasn't meant for thee, only thou wert sheltering behind her.
I see. You're right, Miss Hale.
Yes, I'm all right.
Well, I'm not sheltering now. Come on. Whatever it is your will, do it. You'll never move me from what I am determined. Not you! Not you!
Hey, stop! Stop! Come back!
Looks like it's thee and me.
The woman, sir. The woman.
Miss Hale? Miss Hale.
Control, halt. You two, mill door. You two, lodge. Main gate. Come on, Sergeant. Miss Hale.
Miss Hale.
Do they do that, sir?
Fetch a doctor.
We're waiting to prefer charges.
A doctor!
Yes, sir. Sergeant, a doctor. Go on, run. I'll wait here, sir, shall I?
Hey?
Your charges.
I'll be back down the door. My Margaret. Nobody knows what you are to me.
It's all over, Mama. We've won.
Won? Oh, stop your silliness.
Mother! She was defending me.
Oh, the blood, Mama. The blood.
Fetch Jane. Tell her to bring wadding and water. Oh, go on.
She fainted. Shock. She seemed to be all right, and then she suddenly collapsed.
We must get a doctor.
I've sent for one.
Then leave it to me. You've got other things to attend to. Those Irish, they'll be frightened to death.
Thank you, Mother.
Oh, go on.
Aye.
Defend my son, did you? Oh, Jane, come here. Hold that bowl.
Did you see what happened, Jane?
Oh, yes, Miss Thornton. We all had a full view from upstairs.
You mean all the servants saw her behaviour? Oh, dear.
What are you all deering about, Fanny?
She threw her arms around my brother and hugged him.
What?
In front of all those people. Made a right show of herself, didn't she, Jane?
Yes, miss.
Embraced him? Publicly?
Very bold and forward. Put her arms around his neck.
Oh, why didn't you tell me?
You shut me up, didn't you?
Well, you've made sure of him now, haven't you? My congratulations.
You charge only the ringleaders, then, is that it, sir?
Do you want to put the whole town in prison?
Well, no, but...
Then keep it to as few as possible. And make an example of them. Property must be protected. We don't want this outrage again.
You're prepared to identify them, are you, sir?
Those I want to. You catch them. I'll tell you which. And you'd better get the soldiers to march back to the outskirts.
Oh, we'd better talk to the captain about that, sir.
All right, I'll see him. Dr. Lowe.
You sent for me, Mr. Thornton.
Straight up the stairs. The young lady's in the drawing room.
Right.
Would you be kind enough to step round to the station, sir? So they can write out the charge and you can sign it.
Let's get it taken care of. If the young lady doesn't recover, send someone on to me at the station running. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Come on, officer. Hurry up!
The wound is not deep. You'll have a headache, but it'll pass. What you need now is rest after the shock.
May I go home?
Not until you've rested a little.
No. I must go home.
I'm not sure that I can allow that, Miss Hale.
I must. It's my mother.
Your mother?
Yes, our mother is seriously ill, Doctor.
She mustn't know what has happened here. It was distress.
Oh, I see.
Oh dear, this will be seen. That's better.
Mother, she must lie down. She's not fit.
You're a determined young woman, aren't you, Miss Hale?
May I have a cab?
I think it is best, perhaps, not to go against the young lady's will. My carriage is outside. If you will allow me, I will see you home.
Thank you, Doctor.
Mrs. Thornton?
Goodbye, Dr. Hill.
Miss Thornton?
And if you will excuse me. Goodbye, Miss Thornton. Goodbye, Mrs. Thornton.
Goodbye, Miss Hale.
I'll see your mother gets the invalid mattress. Well, that was one of the things you came for, wasn't it?
Oh, miss. You're back then, safe and sound.
Yes?
Oh, heaven be praised. I had heard.
Heard what?
Well, I've just come from the market, miss, and there's a tale going round.
You have been gossiping, have you, Dixon? I'm surprised at you. Where is Papa?
He's in the dining room, miss, but...
Thank you.
Ah, Margaret. This riot, what has happened?
Oh, there was a slight disturbance, Papa, and some shouting, but it was soon over.
That's not what I heard, miss.
Dixon, I was there. This time Mama had her medicine.
Yes, I will take it to her.
Thank you. And tell her that the invalid mattress is going to be delivered.
Very well.
A moment, Dixon. Whatever you have heard, I will not repeat it. It would be distressing to my parents, and I will not have them worried.
Is that the only reason, miss? Your hair's not as it was when you went out this morning. You're hiding something there, aren't you, miss?
Dixon, if you respect this family, you will not question nor repeat anything concerning this morning.
It's because I respect this family that I got to. 30 years I've served your mother through thick and thin. And now that she lies at death's door, I've got to say what she'd want me to say, exceeding my station though it might be.
You have always been faithful, Dixon. Well,
don't think I'm for condemning you. It was natural. The man you loved was being attacked. When you threw your arms round his neck, you weren't thinking twice.
Dixon, what are you saying?
I'm on your side, miss. It doesn't matter how many people saw you. Spinster though I be, I tell you it isn't just bad women that have such feelings. And those who say different are lying.
Oh, Dixon. Dixon, does the whole world think that of me?
What's wrong, miss?
I put my arms round him to shelter him from that mob. I thought...
Where is she?
She's gone home.
Gone home?
Yes, she was a great deal better.
Surely, Mother, she
Now,
shouldn't have
don't
gone home.
distress yourself, John. Wasn't much of a hurt. Some people faint at the slightest thing. Fanny,
Yes, Mama.
would you leave the room? There's something I want to discuss with John alone.
Very well, Mama.
Yes, Mother. About the Irish.
The Irish can wait. Would you shut the door, John?
Well?
She allowed her feelings to overcome her. With a yard full of workmen as witnesses, well, I've no card to play against that.
She did it to protect me.
She saw her opportunity and she took it.
No, Mother,
Now,
no.
we want no tales of you two, passed from mouth to mouth round the town, and they'll come after that display out there. So stop them in the only way possible. Marry her. Soon. For her sake.
Marriage? Mother, she wouldn't consider such a thing.
You've just had proof. Short of going down on her knees and begging you to marry her, what more could she do?
Mother, it wasn't like that at all. What she did was in perfect innocence.
No innocence is that innocent. Women aren't goddesses. We're human. Let's say she used justifiable cunning because she's in love.
Mother, do you really believe that?
Well, I don't blame her. How could I? There was courage and determination. She's worthy of you, John.
Mother, I can't believe that she really cares for me.
I've just told you.
Yes, but you haven't
Don't
seen!
be a fool. Now, don't anger me. You've put her on a pedestal where there's no pedestal. She wants you, and you want her. Well, don't you?
Yes.
She's made you honor-bound.
Honor bound.
Yeah, she's compromised herself, and you.
Yes, it could be viewed in that way, I suppose.
But what other way is there?
Mother, I know she doesn't love me. But I shall take my chance. If it's one chance in 1,000, I shall take it. Now, I must give her time to rest, mustn't I? And there are things I have to attend to here, but tomorrow morning. Yes. I shall go tomorrow morning.